Okay, let's before we move on, back into movies, away from you and your personal life a little bit more. We were lucky enough to have on the show last series the wonderful Dame Eileen Atkins, who you worked with.
The one that got away.
Yeah, and she told the story. It was just about the time of her 70th birthday when you
It was my gift.
You entered a room and you were quite keen to shall we say get it on.
We shall. Let's say it together.
Get it on.
I did. I tried. Yeah, I gave it all I was worth. I wanted to give it all I was worth, and she wouldn't have any of it. She's an incredibly attractive woman, and you a wicked turn of phrase and an incredible wit, and very attractive woman, you know. And she's a dame after all.
Yeah. But is that so? You're collecting dames? Is that it? You're going?
Well, I fell at the first hurdle, so I decided my ego couldn't take any more refusals. And she sent me a lovely letter afterwards explaining why it didn't go off. I had intended. She was great. I saw her a while ago. Then she was playing. She was doing Doubt. She was in Doubt, the play in New York, and I sent her some flowers and saw her afterwards and said, you know, our time will come. Unfinished business.
Well, that's very kind of you to speak to us about all this, because I know this is. You know,
I know she was on, but you know, there's no hiding now.
No, but she knows. She told me that she checked with you first. It was okay to talk about it. And
bullshit. Bitch, I wanted to kill her when I heard first. I'm only joking, Dame.
Okay. Let's talk about, you know, there's a film that Colin was on recently, and I don't know if you saw this, because it was a quirky movie. It got a reasonable release, should have been much bigger. A fantastic movie, fabulous performances from everyone in it, In Bruges.
Oh, yeah.
What a tremendous movie. I don't know how it did. Did anyone here see that film? A few people saw it. Yeah, it did reasonably well. There's still, what a...
No wonder I'm still waiting for those residuals.
You know, but it was, well, you knew it was never going to be a blockbuster,
No, man, it was just gorgeous work.
How long did you shoot this movie for? And you were in Belgium the whole time, yeah?
We were in Bruges for 8 weeks.
That's quite a long time. Did you enjoy it? Is it a nice place to be?
It is a nice place to be for a few days. The people were all lovely, I should say, of course. And
how long did you stay? Did it take you before you got a little bit bored by beer and mussels as a combination? Well,
it was like a very funny. I'm not drinking and I'm shooting a film in a town that has 467 fucking beers.
And very little to do. Delicious.
So I became a linen-holic.
Yeah.
And I just purchased linen and ate chocolate.
Do you not drink at all ananymore? No beer at all?
Nah.
That's the way to do it, of course. If you want to.
Yeah, no, for me, no choice really. To be honest with you, I was pretty sick.
Did you find it hard? Did you find it hard?
At the beginning, really hard.
First 3 months is that the worst?
Oh, a nightmare, man. You know, because when I went away, I went somewhere for 5 or 6 weeks, and that was a very safe environment. And I came out of the haze that I was in and that I had burrowed myself into so deeply. And then at the end of it, you come out of that safe environment and it's back to the world, and everything was just in a degree of focus that I hadn't experienced.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I'd been fairly drunk or high since I was 14, so...
Pretty solidly, because I'd heard stories about you and people... Everyone I knew who'd met you had a story to tell about you, and it was obviously you were pretty full on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was fairly drunk and high for 16 years, so it was a tough life change, but I was dying, and I'm one of the lucky ones that got... So far, I'm out of it. Life change, you know.
Another thing that surprises me to hear this, though, because I knew you were involved in that kind of thing, but when you'd see you on the screen, you wouldn't have known. No one would have known from seeing either the quality of your performance or the way you looked. You didn't look like you were having late nights. You didn't, and it can't just be makeup.
No, but that's why so many. I mean, when I think about it, so much of the work that I did, I was struggling so hard just to keep my shit together a lot of the time, like genuinely. A lot of my energy was going in just to try and not have a complete meltdown in front of Al Pacino.
So when I see a movie like Minority Report, for example, were you
struggling that scene even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really together performance. It doesn't seem like you're stuck at all. I mean, it looked like you were really on the ball there all the way through that film.
Maybe I should go back in the gears.
No, please don't. Please don't.
No. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fear, will drive you to at times. Desperation will allow you to do incredible things in the name of survival at times.
But it must, I mean, it's fabulous that you got through it. I mean, because there was every chance you would have fallen by the wayside and just thrown it all away.
Yeah, no, I mean, by the end of Miami Vice, I was just done, and I was just everything, I created an environment for myself and a way of living for myself that on the outside seemed incredibly gregarious and vivacious, and I was just, I don't believe I have any chemical predisposition towards depression, but let's just call it, I was suffering from a spiritual malady, I suppose, for years, and I just indulged that, and it was sweet, because at times to be in pain, if it's self-perpetuated, at times can be sweet. You can feel very alive when you're in pain, and I also know that from another perspective, like when somebody who I love in my life has passed away, there is something incredibly, internally vivacious about feeling pain or mourning, and even if it is as egocentric and self-indulgent as mourning for yourself or pitying for yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad I'm out of that cycle of my life, and I'm very lucky that way.
I think we should write that down and put that on the West End stage, because that was one of the most beautiful speeches I've ever heard. What a way you use language. It's incredible. And it's that Irish thing. I don't wish to generalise, but the Irish tend to have a love of language, and man, you know how to use it. Do you write at all? Are you thinking about writing?
No, badly. Yeah, right.
I bet you write well.
Yeah, no, it is in and of itself, just for my own purposes, it is fulfilling. Yeah, absolutely. Just a process.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's go back to the movies here. Tell me about Pride and Glory. Tell us about the part you play.
I play a cop, a New York Police Department cop called Jimmy Egan, who is very conflicting. In one sense, he's a decent father and a good husband, and in the other sense, he's corrupt. He's about as corrupt as they get. A vicious character, really.
Don't give too much away there, though. I mean,
I saw the trailer, which is why I'm saying all that. Okay. It's like, I am bad. There should have been a reveal, but I don't think they're going for it.
Okay, this happens on the 7th of November. Great cast with you in this as well, of course. Ed Norton, in particular. How nice to see you work with John Voight.
John Voight, man. Did you see the film?
Yeah, I've seen the film.
He's deadly, isn't he?
He's one of those guys, when he's given the chance, to shine, he really can.
Yeah, he's brilliant, man. I remember growing up at 5 or 6 years old watching The Champ,
Yeah.
But yeah, do you remember the scene at the dining table?
Yeah, he's getting a bit...
That wasn't scripted at all.
Well, that's a good scene.
No, it wasn't scripted at all. It was improv. Yeah,
well,
it's probably the best scene in the film.
Here's the thing, the wise one, I was going to say, it's one of the best scenes in the movie. Okay, let's not tell the director or the writer that.
No, I know.
It opens here, 7th of November, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. This is Pride and Glory. You've got to go and see a new movie with Colin Farrell on. There's a spectacular guest, a lovely man. Hey, what's going on there? Have you been arrested or something recently? You've got no laces in your boots. What's going on there?
No, it's just for getting through the airport quick, because you have to take off your shoes.
Is that really what it is?
No, it's not, just laziness. I bought these in Camden about 10 or 12 years ago or something.
What's your mum going to think? She sees you turn up on TV and you haven't even bothered doing up your shoelaces.
Yeah, I have no idea. She'd probably be disappointed. She'd probably have a thing to say about the earlier conversation first.
Yeah, I guess she's seen worse clips of you in performances.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Inured.
Colin, fabulous to have you on the show. I'm delighted you came on. I've been looking forward to having you as a guest for ages. I'm so thrilled you finally
really nice
got
to
around
meet you. I was scared shitless, but it wasn't so bad.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, ladies and gentlemen.